question would be around documents that the players in the audience might need to have. How does it work from a legal standpoint if things don't go well in the management of the company? You know, what if all of a sudden it just doesn't, it's not working? How do they figure that part out?
Well, we were very careful in, and these guys are very instrumental because they're, and I give them a lot of credit because they very much knew what they wanted, and legal documents and legal stuff aside, these guys got to get along and they got to have that gut feeling. I mean, there's the practicalities of the world and business, and then there's the law. And I always say, go with the practical and let the law catch up. But these guys have a great relationship, and that, of course, is the start. And they have a great and deep trust, I think, amongst all four of them, which really is you don't see a lot of that out there. What we did was that we used an LLC structure, and in essence, we put together a management committee. These gentlemen, as they alluded to, and I'll let them go into the details, are on that committee. So each of them have their respective input. And there's a relatively defined structure in terms of how decisions are made, what decisions each are allowed to do on their own. They've kind of told you a little bit about their silos. But there are those decisions that just give rise to that level where all of owners, or most of the owners, should agree. There are those systemic decisions such as, hey, we want to sell, or we want to open up another business line, or we want to take on a loan of a certain amount that that the business owners need to be in alignment on. And if they're not in alignment on, there needs to be, something needs to happen. Those same documents also accounted for the fact that these gentlemen are vital, and to the extent that any one of them is not available, either to be a manager in a management role or once out as in an ownership role, that we did deal with, well, what would happen if somebody died, or what would happen if somebody was out for a period of time, or what would happen if somebody just wants out. And they did set up very specific parameters, which I'll let them comment on if they choose to. But suffice to say, there are parameters in the document to make sure that they have the rules of the game.